Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Meridy here, and today I'm here with our August 2025 unboxing of our Wild and Free kits and embellishments that go along with those kits and everything that's we've got going on this month. So I will just jump right in with the paper from our Limitless kit. This month there are 10 sheets of paper instead of the typical 9 sheets of paper, just because that's how it worked out. I couldn't narrow it down any further. So the first sheet is this simple vintage woodlands paper. It's from Simple Stories, and it's called Hello Nature, and it has this green polka dot on the back and all these little animals and forest things on the front. Our next paper is from Meridy Wildwood Secrets, and it's green leaves on the front. And this, I love this so much on the back, or I guess this is the A side probably. I probably won't even use the B side because I love the A side so much, and it's so ready for just a picture to be on it. Okay, next we have another paper from the Simple Stories Simple Vintage Woodlands collection, and this paper is the tag elements. Okay, I'm actually going to flip this paper upside down because you can't really tell what it is anyway when I'm just letting a little tiny bit stick through. So this is the tag elements. And next we have a piece of paper from the Cartabella National Parks new line. And this paper is called National Parks Map. So it's this great, awesome plaid on the B side. But you guys, the A side is this map of the United States with all the national parks listed out, and you can like correspond the number with where the park is on here. And you guys, I think I'm gonna have to buy a second sheet of this paper. And if you know me, you know I don't ever buy multiples of the same paper, like rarely, unless I cannot choose between the front and the back. But I really love this plaid, and I think it can be great for a lot of layouts in this kit. But I wanna use this paper as a whole entire paper one day, not even now, but just one day. Because one day, I hope to get to see some more national parks, more than the very few that I've seen so far in my life. So I'm gonna have to buy a second sheet of that paper. But probably for this month, I'm probably gonna focus on this side. Okay, another paper from the Meridy line, Wildwood Secrets. And this one is just paper number 3. And again, like this is the perfect design to just add pictures, and you don't even have to add a lot of embellishments. And it's very, very cute, but I really got it for this side of the paper because you know how I feel about wood grain here, not just for boys. And speaking of wood grain, we have another paper from the Simple Vintage Woodlands collection from Simple Stories, and this one is called View From Here. And I thought this was super, super adorable. And the back is very usable too. It's like a collage type. Sorry, I have little sequin pieces, like the little holes from the inside of sequins all over these papers. And I'm not sure why. I must have set them in the garbage, like near where I had the garbage or something. And you know how sequins are, oh, what is the word? Like staticky. I think they just all like went to my papers. Okay, I foresee myself using this part, at least half of this in this month on my layouts, because I just love the way this corner looks. Okay, then we have a paper from Photo Plays to the Moon and Back, and this is called Falling Stars Plaid. So it's plaid on one side, and the plaid really matches like all of these. Well, it doesn't really necessarily match the other plaid, but it really goes well. But the back, you guys, is the cutest falling stars. So if you have like an outdoors or a camping nighttime layout or something, the back is so cute for that. And then the next paper is from the 49 & Market Rust and Revs 2.0 collection. And I realize this isn't outdoorsy or anything, but I just loved the way that the colors all go together and the blues go together. And it's very masculine. It's just rust on the back. So this also matches like every single paper in here. And I love 49 & Market paper because again, this can just be the background of layout with some embellishments. You don't even have to do mixed media or a lot of layering because it's already like so perfect. And next we have, this is an older paper from Grease Monkey from Photo Play, and it's called Zoom, and it has arrows on one side and just this nice brown pattern on the other. But I thought it is a really good paper to kind of break up all the highly patterned papers of this kit and to give it kind of a neutral paper to use either side. And then the last paper, the 10th paper, is also from the National Parks line from Cartabella, and this one is called National Park Stamps, and it's navy grid on one side and all these National Parks stamps on the other side. These could be cut out and make amazing, amazing embellishments too. So I am going to leave this with the navy side up just so things are easier to see on top of this when I'm displaying them. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I've got all 10 pieces of paper out here. And as you can see, this is like very eclectic. We've got Simple Stories, Minte, that's the same Simple Stories, National Parks, Minte again, Simple Stories again. We've got one photo play line, Rust and Revs, and a different photo play line. So we've got 6 different lines of paper in here, but I think they all work together so well. So then these are the embellishments that come with the Limitless kit. So these come with your Limitless kit. First off, we have the sticker sheet from Photo Play, and it's from the Man Card line, but I know it's not outdoorsy and I know it's not camping, but some of these papers, you don't have to scrapbook outdoors pictures with this stuff. Like a lot of these papers are pretty neutral. You can probably scrapbook just about any situation with them. So these stickers I thought were so awesome and perfect and masculine. Like you've got strong, just straight chillin', being a gentleman never gets old, manly man, sense, and then you're supposed to fill the year, going out with the boys, handsome gentleman club, like stuff about barbecuing, all kinds of stuff. So of course I thought that was perfect for not just for boys. And then we've got this Minte, this is the Minte Chippies. I forgot what one it's called. It's one of the new releases that just came out recently. But it is all these like foresty looking leaves and greenery, and there are a few flowers in here, but yeah, I just thought that they went really well with some of this forest looking stuff. And then we've got the Minte Wildwood Secrets paper stickers. So these again are very nature themed words and phrases, but also just some generic memories, story, serenity, wild, magic, you know, it could be used, those could be used for all kinds of things. Okay, next we've got this little pack of Not Just for Boys mushroom appliques. They're mini. They're just so very cute. There's 3 different colors in there. You get 2 of each color, and of course they coordinate great with the kit. And then we got something that we've never gotten before. It's these fabric little things. Let me show you. I'm gonna pull one out. There are 2 in here. You're gonna get a blue one and a rust colored one. And I'm just gonna open the blue one. So it's this very thin like chiffon, and it's frayed at the edges fabric. But what I thought as soon as I saw this was how great, this is so fine and so thin that you can easily tie it through tags and it would just lay pretty flat in your album because it's so fine. So I immediately thought of tying it on this tag cut apart paper. And I wanted to do 2 colors, so I packaged 2 colors together. But yeah, and there's a lot on here. I forget how long, I want to say maybe 5 meters. I don't know, there's a lot on each roll, so these can last you a real long time. But they would look great on like cards or all kinds of things because, and I think that, like I said, there's a lot on there, so I think it can last a long time. So you've got those. And then the last embellishment, the 6th embellishment that comes in the Limitless kit is this pack of bits and pieces from the Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Woodlands collection. And these are just the regular like die cuts. They're the bits and pieces die cuts. So there are 52 pieces, and we've got Explore and some mushrooms, a bird, a little camera with stuff, hiking boots, some more little flowers and woodland icons, into the woods, a butterfly, but not too girly. And look at how well it matches all of these things. Enjoy, a little mushroom and some ferns. This little fox is so cute. Then we've got all kinds of little words: documented, beautiful, unplugged, adventure, nature, adventure, hello nature. This cute dragonfly, a moth, Some more floral bits, but again, they're kind of masculine. They're in those masculine colors. Wander, a couple stars, some more hearts and stars, and some little edge pieces. You've even got a little snail in there. Stay wild, lost, a bird, and all kinds of just extra little tiny pieces. A compass, all creatures great and small, and this little die cut. So there's 52 pieces in there, very usable. They coordinate. I know we've got lots of lines of paper going on here, but they coordinate across the board. Like, I feel like even though there's a lot of paper lines going on, everything comes together nicely. Okay guys, that is the Limitless kit. So let me put away these embellishments and I will show you what comes in the essentials kit. I can tell you guys this kit is fairly stacked of things this month with all that paper and 6 packs of embellishments. Yeah, it's got a lot. Okay, so in our essentials kit, which is like our add-on embellishment kit, it's just embellishments and it kind of extends the life of your Limitless kit. So it's going to come with the National Parks sticker sheet, which of course is amazing for this. It's going to come with a sequin mix, the Wild and Free sequin mix, which I'm just gonna hold it up there so you can see. Obviously it matches the colors in the kit really well. I have so much fun making the sequins. That's like one of my favorite things of Not Just for Boys. It's gonna come with this little pack of flower appliques. So there are 12 flowers in here. There's 6 different colors, 2 of each color, and they just really coordinate well. Like, I know this isn't a very boyish color, but you've got a lot of that color in this paper. So they just coordinate well across the board with all of the things in this kit. Okay, then we've got the Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Woodlands sentiment bits. So these are just the words. It's 53 pieces and it's the sentiments. Like the other kit came with just the regular die cuts. These are all gonna work for titles on your layouts, and there is a lot. So we've got, there's a couple stars. I think I said there's 53 pieces. We've got the word view and enjoying this, so it says enjoying the view. I think you can mix and match some of these words together to say different things. Adventures, let's get lost, nature, off the beaten path, together, wander, explore, discover, starry nights. Oh my gosh, that would go so good with that starry paper. Wonderful, in the everyday, I'm lost without you, some more hearts and stars in there. Let's get, I think it's supposed to say lost. This says you. Enjoy. There's the lost for let's get lost. Thankful. The great, I think that's supposed to go with outdoors. Life with you is hello. Happy, beautiful. I'm sure that's supposed to say life with you is beautiful. There's the outdoors. Lovely. Thinking of, I think it's supposed to say thinking of you. New, beauty. You're unbelievable. Hi, beautiful. Go where the road takes you, bunch of hearts and flowers, stay wild, and go to your happy place. Okay, so there are so many title ideas there. I'm going crazy already in my brain, thinking of all the different ways to combine them. So I can't wait to use those. And then finally, the last embellishment in the Essentials kit is this pack of Minte die cuts. It's 60 paper die cuts. They coordinate with the Minte paper that's in this kit. So they're from that Wildwood Secrets line. And you guys, these are so fine. And since they're like laser cuts, like they've got teeny tiny little fine details. Like look at the little stems on those. So there's a few leaves, a bird's nest. These are all like forest things. More leaves, strawberries, a tree stump, a dragonfly, little deer, foxes, pine cones, more deer, little ladybug, deer, mushrooms, squirrel, and just all kinds of great pieces that, oh my gosh, the little hedgehog is so cute. All kinds of great woodland pieces in here. There are 60 pieces. Like I said, these are super nice and so intricately cut. Oh my gosh, the little jars of mushrooms are so cute. And the strawberries. Okay, we've got all kinds of little pieces. Oh my gosh, even a little baby bear. and a wolf and a fox, and there's just so many owls and even a little log cabin and a little bird. So there is like everything that you can imagine being in the woods is in this, and it's awesome. So next, let me show you what your subscriber freebie is going to be if you subscribe to our kits. Okay, Minte sent us some, they're like not for resale, they're like advertisements basically for Minte, but it's this Minte paper. It's a half a sheet of paper, and it's got all these clouds on one side, and the back's, oops, upside down, and the back is these cut aparts. And I just think that these floral cut aparts, even though they're floral for not just for boys, I think they go so nicely with this kit, and the colors aren't very feminine. And then of course these awesome cameras and all the birds are perfect. I probably won't use this lady because that's not really the style that I scrapbook in, but that's not saying you can't use her. But the rest of the things on this are very usable for this kit. And then if you don't like the cut aparts, it's got this cloud paper on the back, which obviously will go well with camping pictures. So that is the subscriber freebie. If you subscribe to any of our kits, you will get that this month in your box. Every month we have something different. This month we just, Minte sent us all of those. And so we are giving them, sending them, passing them on to you. Next, I think I am going to go over so the Essentials kit comes with this sequin mix, this Wild and Free sequin mix, but we also have a second sequin mix that's different from that, that's available for individual purchase on the website. So this one is not available for individual purchase. It's just in the Essentials kit. But let me get rid of this too, so I got a clean slate here. We have the Wild About Wood Grain sequin mix this month, and it's basically, it's 4 different colors of wood grain in here. Okay, so that is our sequin mix this month. It's very simple, but we've never made like a mismatched wood grain sequin mix in all of these years. So I thought it went perfect with this kit, since there's so much wood grain and forest and manly, masculine things in here. Oops, I lost a couple stars there. Okay, so that's our sequin mix this month that you can purchase individually. Then we also have a flatback pearl mix, and this one is just a bunch of colors that just coordinate with this kit perfectly. Of course, again, the blues, the browns, the greens. It's great. Some golds in there. The little pearls are always sitting at the top of this jar. The big ones are always sitting at the bottom. So that's our pearl mix. And then I will show you our acrylics and our paper cuts next. Alrighty, our new paper cuts this month. We have this little camper, so super stinking cute. I love it. We have this little set of fun mushrooms. Okay. We have this little cattail, or no, pussy willow branch. That is first. And then we have a little cattail sprig. These remind me of when I was little and living in Indiana. And then we have a mason jar, little cute cut. So those are the 5 different new cuts that we have this month. And then those are all cut on white cardstock. I'm just gonna move them a little so I can put the acrylic embellishments around here too. Okay, we have a variety of acrylics this month. We have a cowboy that's lassoing a horse, or lassoing sitting on a horse. And then we have another cowboy riding a bucking bronco. We have a cowboy hat. We have a cute little mason jar duo. It's similar to this one, but not the same. Just a little duo, so those both come together. We have a fish duo, so these little fish, all 3 come together, 1 of each color. Those are gonna look awesome. We have, of course, Wild and Free. We have that in the denim color or in the sky blue color, so you'll pick which color that you want to receive. on the drop down menu. And then the very last design that we have here is this little like camping mountain scene. There's the sky blue color is one option. The denim blue color is one option. And the forest haze green is the third color option. So those, you just get one color that you pick in the drop down embellishments. So those are the awesome paper and acrylic embellishments for the new ones that we have for the month of August. Okay guys, moving on to mixed media. I am going to pull out what I picked that I think matches this kit very well in terms of mixed media. And I'm going to start by filling out the color swatch card. You're going to get one of these in your kit. It's a little thank you card on one side and color swatches on the other. And there's a place at the top to write the kit name, which is Wild and Free. And then I'm going to grab my splatters and stitches stamp set, which by the way, these have been restocked. They're back in the store. And if we run out again, we will restock them again. We just keep buying more and they keep selling out very quickly, even when we think we have plenty. So just be patient. But yeah, they are restocked right now. So you shouldn't have a problem picking them up right now. So I'm going to grab the biggest hexagon stamp because that's the size that fits in these two hexagons. And let's see, I'm going to show you all the ink colors that I think match, and then I'll fill this color swatch out as we go. So first I've got tea dye, and then spiced marmalade, and then rustic wilderness, iced spruce, and mowed lawn, and we've got bundled sage, antique linen, stormy sky, and last but not least, walnut stain. So I think this kit is very heavy on the brown walnut stain color. So I'm going to use that in these two large spots because that's like where the most of the color is brown. Okay, and then the second most used color on here, I would have to say, it's hard to tell from these sides of the papers, but I think it's going to be this rustic wilderness. There's a lot of that color on the B sides of papers, and in the embellishments especially, there's a lot of this rustic wilderness green color. Okay, and then a medium amount, I would say stormy sky. There's quite a bit of light blue in this kit, even though it's not very apparent again on the sides that I've got sticking up. But when you look at all the embellishments and everything and the little fabric strips, there's a lot of this light blue. Okay, and the next most color, I'm going to say spiced marmalade. And I think, you know what, I'm going to stamp this on another. It looks very orange here to me. Okay, it's not so orange when you stamp it. I was like, it looks really pumpkin-y, but it's not. I have to remember sometimes the ink pad color looks different in real life than what it stamps. Okay, so I've got two more colors that I can use on here. I'm thinking antique linen and maybe this bundled sage, this light green, are both, you know, kind of a lot in here. Yes, that's really good. Okay, and I think this is pretty good representation of the color scheme. That orange is a little orange and not as rust as that color, but it's okay. Actually, yeah, it probably could have used a little more rust and not so orangey. Maybe the tea dye would have been a better choice, but it's okay. I'm not going to redo the color swatch. And I am going to write all these colors right over this. So when I put this kit away, when I'm done working on it this month, but I want to pull it out in 3 months to use it, I will know exactly what colors of ink to pull. And I don't have to reinvent the wheel every time I use the kit. And this is really good when I am coordinating cardstock or other mixed media, or pulling my pictures for this kit. This will come in really handy because I can use that kind of color scheme to get ideas. So I am going to now show you the other mixed media that I pulled that I also think coordinates really well with this kit. So I've got this Nuvo Mica Mist in Wild Olive. These are discontinued, but you may have these in your stash. That's why I'm showing you them. I've got this Nuvo Mica Mist in Antique Gold. And then I've got Distress Oxide Spray in Scattered Straw. And Distress Oxide Spray in Spiced Marmalade, which is that same color up there. Okay, that's all the mists that I pulled. And then I've got Nuvo Crystal Drops in Bright Gold. Nuvo Stone Drops in Blue Mist. Nuvo Stone Drops in Mustard Jar. Nuvo Vintage Drops in Regency Green. Nuvo Crystal Drops in Woodland Green. Nuvo Crystal Drops in Simply White. These are Nuvo Jewel Drops in Steel Blue, so they're kind of translucent. And Nuvo Crystal Drops in Dark Walnut. So a lot of the Nuvo drops have also been discontinued. I'm not sure if they're just done making them forever, but yeah, a lot of them have been discontinued. I don't think we have any in the store this month, but you might have these in your stash. So let me put all of these back and then we'll move on to the next item. Alrighty, next I'm going to show you the pictures that I plan on scrapbooking in the month of August using this kit. And I'm gonna start right here with these pictures of my husband grilling. Because if you remember, the sticker sheet had a lot of stuff about grilling. So I took a few pictures of him grilling with his new grill, and I think that the colors go great with this kit too, so I'm gonna scrapbook those. I am going to use these pictures of my son's birthday party. Last year, his birthday party was camping theme, so we set a tent up in the backyard, and I think that it will go great, even though we're not out in the woods. Okay, I've got this picture. It's from 2020 of my mom, and she took 6 of the grandkids camping. So there's a camping picture. They are out in the wilderness. Then I've got some pictures of my son and my husband at the Saguaro National Monument, because we live right down the street from it. And so it's perfect for the national parks vibe in there, because the Saguaro National Monument is one of the national parks. Then I have these few pictures of us up on the mountain by where we live in Arizona. And the kids are hiking in the trees and sitting on our little cabin that we rented and hiking. So I thought those are great for some of these woodland forest type embellishments and whatnot. Oh, we had a little tiny baby bird, a little sparrow, had a nest right outside of our front door, and it laid eggs, and the egg hatched last week. And it was, seriously guys, like the eggs were the size of jelly beans. And so I took a picture. Only one of the baby birds hatched. The other egg didn't ever hatch. But I took pictures of the little tiny baby bird after it hatched, and the mom. But I'm getting them printed right now. So this bag is empty, but that's what's going in it. And then I have this picture from another camping trip of my son and his girlfriend. And then I have these pictures from a trip to the mountains again. And we're in what's called the Cookie Cabin. It's just a place where you could go have really delicious cookies up in the mountains. And it's a log cabin, and I just thought that would be great. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep, I've got 8 sets of pictures ready to scrapbook in the month of August. And let's see, I'll have process videos this coming month for every single one of these layouts. And finally, I am going to show you guys a little tiny peek of our Hearts and Flowers virtual class for the month of August. As you may know, the Hearts and Flowers virtual classes are one of the things we offer here at Not Just for Boys. It's just a virtual class. We don't offer the supplies, but you don't need to use the same supplies I use in order to take these classes and participate in them. You can just use supplies from your stash and recreate the exact same layouts that I teach you in the class with the exact same techniques with items from your stash. But all Hearts and Flowers is totally girly. It is the opposite of Not Just for Boys. So we just got a lot of requests wanting to see some more feminine looking layouts. So we decided to make our Hearts and Flowers classes. So these are the things that I use this month in the Hearts and Flowers class. I use this Be Valiant Smiles for Miles foam stickers. Okay. I used the Adventurous foam letter stickers. I think these are Paige Evans foam letter stickers, thickers. Okay, these are all fairly new products, guys. I think these are from the new releases. I used the Be Valiant Smiles for Miles ephemera pack. There's 88 pieces in there. So if you're just following along and you have these supplies, great. But if you don't, you could probably pick any sticker sheet or any foam sticker sheet and use that. You could pick any little alphabet stickers or stamps, and you could pick any ephemera that matches the vibe of that. And then one of the cool things about this month's class is I'm using a 6x8 paper pad, and I'm actually only using half of it. So the paper pad came with 2 of every single sheet. I used only 1 of every single sheet to make all my layouts. So it uses basically a half of a 6x8 paper pad. And I, of course, use the same paper pad that coordinates the Smiles for Miles that coordinates. So it's only single-sided also. So it just had, you know, random patterns of paper in the small paper pad, the smaller patterns like you often see in smaller paper pads than 12 by 12. So, and I think I used almost every single sheet, almost. I think there's 2 sheets that I didn't use up. So I don't even know how many this is. Let me look at the cover. There was 36 sheets, so I used 18 6x8 papers. So again, if you have 6x8 paper pads that you're not using, you can grab one of those and use it for this class, or you could use 12 by 12 papers too. It doesn't really matter. So, or if you have this exact paper pad, then that's perfect. Okay, and then, so that's what I make all my layouts. This month I made 4 12 by 12 layouts and 1 double page 12 by 12 layout. But the 4 single pages, like they could easily butt up next to each other in an album to create like a double page spread. But I will give you a sneak peek of just 1 page because obviously it's paid content. But this is one of the pages that I made this month using these supplies. So it's very feminine, very girly, and that's just a little peek of, you know, what you can learn how to make. And again, if you don't have these exact supplies, you can use similar supplies in your stash. And I think next month in September, I'm going to try to make, now that things have calmed down and we're back to school here, I'm going to try for September's Hearts and Flowers kits. I'm gonna design the class, I'm gonna make it with a set of products, and then I'm gonna go back in and like take the class myself with a completely different set of projects so I can show you how you can adjust and adapt if you're not using these products, like that it's very simple to make almost the same exact layouts but with other products. So I'll show you how to do that in September because yeah, I think I'm gonna have time by then. So okay guys, thank you so much for watching my unboxing. Happy shopping, happy browsing, and if you get a kit, I hope that you will use it and share some of your layouts with us on our Not Just for Boys Kit Club community Facebook page. Okay, thanks, bye.